The corruption of these platforms cannot be ignored. Today, I plan to convince you to take action by being aware that social media platforms take away your rights by silencing thoughts and people that are not fitting the agenda. In the past few years, I have witnessed influencers and people of high status getting banned by social media platforms due to unpopular views and being outspoken. I feel that any infringement on constitutional rights, even on social media, is a large societal problem. And with my knowledge and research, I would like to bring it to light. First, I will tell you about the problem with social media censorship, then what we can do about it, and lastly, how we can take action to pursue a solution to this. First, let me begin by breaking down the act of censorship on social media platforms and how this is becoming an issue regarding human rights and freedoms. We are now at a crossroads as a result of this rise of social media, where they have the ability to control and monitor online information, and they may use it to threaten our freedoms that we value the most. Excessive censorship may cause users to self-censor themselves out of fear of being silenced, thereby establishing narratives that they want to permit out to the users. This limits wide range of opinions and makes it more difficult for us to have productive discussions that test and improve our understanding of topics. According to Chuck McCutcheon's 2017 article, Trusted Media, he states that although content moderation is frequently done with good intentions, unrestrained censorship could have negative effects. This is a rising danger that genuine voices and opposing viewpoints may be restricted as these platforms increasingly dominate the information out to the public. In addition, this limits range of our discussions, but also compromises our freedoms and free expression in our communities. We must address the issue head on and consider how to strike balance between preventing harm and maintaining our fundamental right to freely express our opinions. We must acknowledge that finding a balance between defending the right to free speech and removing harmful content is a difficult task and calls out for careful thought. Every democratic society is built on fundamental rights to free expression. It allows us to openly express our ideas and opinions, encourages us to involve ourselves in cultural discussions and ideas and intellectual development. While it is important to recognize the need to moderate harmful content, we also need to watch out for unintentional limit on different viewpoints. Now that I've told you about the problem and limitations on freedom faced with censorship, let me move on to how we can resolve this new age modern issue. We must use strategy to overcome this obstacle. Social media networks should first and foremost create open policies for content management that define clearly what is acceptable and inappropriate content. These regulations must be developed in partnership with authorities from various fields and to show dedication and maintain democratic ideals. Also, there should be strong appeals and procedure in place which allows users to challenge content removals and encourage accountability in moderating choices. Second, we must put major investments in digital literacy education. Navigating the networks of online content requires strengthening our ability as a society to access information that is critical to us and identify reliable sources. By enabling people to distinguish between conversation and damaging misinformation, we can enable them to create to allow them to be educated on decisions and participate in these online communities. According to Christina L. Lyons' 2022 article, The Supreme Court, she states that to fight back the battle, users should explore and promote alternative social media platforms that prioritize free expression and responsible content moderation. By diversifying our online presence, we can encourage healthy competition and innovation in this space. Now that I've told you about the problem faced with freedom of speech rights taken by censorship and the solution to fix this new age issue, let me talk about action citizens and platform users can take to be involved in this pressing matter. Finally, multi-stakeholders strategy is a crucial part in how us as users can be a part of this action toward our rights not being taken by these platforms. We should create rules that strike the correct balance between preventing harm and protecting free expression, including the government and civic societies. These technology corporations must engage in productive discourse. Working together can result in policies that represent our shared commitment to democracy and handling specific issues brought in this digital era. Working together can result in policies that represent our shared commitment to democracy and handle specific issues brought upon us. According to Tom Price's 2022 article, Free Speech on Campus, excessive censorship can have a chilling effect, restricting opposition and limiting the open exchange of ideas. Recognizing the difficult balance between addressing harmful content and defending our democratic values is crucial. By spreading the word about possible restrictions, one on free speech brought on social media, unchecked social media censorship, we can mobilize support for responsible content moderation and standards and respect our own fundamental rights to express ourselves without fear of retaliation. With that said, let me conclude by reinstating the problem, solution, and action on this modern form of human rights being taken in a form of censorship on social media platforms. Let us never lose, in conclusion, let us never lose the fact that despite the complexity of social media censorship, our commitment to upholding free speech is unbreakable. We can strike the delicate balance between upholding democratic values and making sure that our online spaces stay vibrant, diverse, and accessible to the free exchange of ideas by pushing for transparent policies, stressing digital literacy, and encouraging collaboration. I have now persuaded you that social media censorship has a lasting and appropriate effect on people's right of freedom of speech. Remember, anything is possible, and if you are unsure about this issue at hand and nervous and scared to take it on, do not think it is too large of a task to fight big tech and media censorship. Thank you.